And we're live.
Yay!
So we have James and Greg on the show. If you introduce yourselves and pimp your shit.
Hurley poops. You go first, Greg, if you want, big man.
Okay, my name's Greg. Don't know what much else to add about that. I do a lot of comic cons. I've done the sixth year, just back from a holiday in Spain, so I'm in a relatively good mood. And I very stupidly decided to volunteer. No, no, I got volunteered for this. So why the hell not?
All those who volunteer, stand forward. You want me to introduce myself?
Yeah.
If you would.
If I must. Hi, my name's James Lundy, and I'm not an axe murderer. I run Edinburgh Comic Con. I try and write comic books. I sell comic books and deal in stuff. And if I'd stuck in the school, I could probably have done something better with my time, to be perfectly honest with you. That pretty much sums me up in a nutshell.
That pretty much sums up almost everyone that lives in Scotland.
What? Your school report? Easily James is very good, but he's easily distracted, talks a lot, and whatever else. Aye.
Mine probably just said Andrew's an arsehole. That was probably my school report.
I would like to be your teachers.
So what's everyone got going on this week?
Well, let's see. I got back in Friday morning at 3 a.m. Slept off the overnight flight. Went to see Wonder Woman and Transformers when I rose on Friday. Wonder Woman, fantastic. Absolutely loved it. What I found really refreshing was whilst it ties into Justice League and all the rest of it, it was a good standalone film. So, you know, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it. Transformers, on the other hand, goodness. See if you got a 9-year-old boy to play with his King Arthur and
Careful.
his Transformers toys. The story, that's the yeah, it's a mess.
Is that bad? Is it? Mind you, I watched Wonder Woman. I thought Wonder Woman was really good, fantastic. I don't know if it's as good as what everybody's been making out. It's not a perfect film, but by God, it's the best cinematic release for them in a long time. I was saying that the story-wise, I mean, I'll be honest with you start watching it, and like Themyscira, to me, I thought, oh, that's great, that looks brilliant. And then there's a go in the film, and aesthetically, it looks really nice. You get to the special effects at the end, and I was like, shit, man. I just really let the film down for me when you seen some of the lighting and the special effects, some of the CGI, and a couple of like maybe the directional stuff, like the blocking techniques for when she attacks some of the enemy. I thought to myself, how did we go from that shot to that shot? And I was like, what's going on here? You know, but I was certainly, I mean, it was miles above like the cinematic release of Batman versus Superman, and miles above the cinematic release of Suicide Squad. I actually enjoyed Man of Steel, and I enjoyed the Ultimate Edition of Batman versus Superman. So, can't really say too much.
The cinematic version of Batman versus Superman, I've done jobbies that were more cinematic than that. That's my take on it.
Probably just as hacky, I know.
Yeah.
The highlight for me only came to fore when I was watching it on the telly was Watchmen graffiti. I mean, like, if the highlight of it is they bought a quote in that, and that, of course, was a nod to the Watchmen. If that's as good as it gets, then you get a serious problem.
Mm-hmm. It was just hacky as hell. I went with the wife, went with Claire, two boys, and we're sitting watching it. I was pumped up for it. I was pumped up for Batman versus Superman. I thought, wow, this is going to be brilliant. And I started watching it, and it opens up, and I'm like, trying to remember it as it happened. I just started to feel deflated. And the first couple of hacky bits, I found myself making excuses for it. And after a couple more hacky bits, I thought to myself, I shouldn't have to make excuses for this. And it was just kind of jumping in bit to another. And I thought, no. But when I got to see the Ultimate Edition, it was just so much better. I mean, it was a hell of a longer, but I explained so many different things. For starters, like the reporter guy who gets shot, it's Jimmy Bloody Olsen. And I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. So there's a few other wee things, odds and sods, to the take on it. Aye, much better film, much better. It was more like, actually, to me, the Ultimate Edition of Batman versus Superman was more like a film than a blockbuster movie. And what I mean by that, in terms of the tone, is you'll get guys like, say, Steve Soderbergh when he's done Traffic, or some of these type of films. They've got a certain tone, they tell a story, and I felt that I almost had that same vibe or feeling for BVS, the Ultimate Edition, as opposed to watching Lethal Weapon 4 or whatever. It's things blowing up and laugh a minute and what have you. Superhero fight superhero, which they were. And there's a lot of and things just kind of felt definitely less clunky. There was certain elements you still had to think about, and certain elements that if you were a fanboy, then you got where they were coming from and what they were hinting at. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I haven't seen the extended cut of Batman versus Superman. It was one of those. I remember I went to watch it in the cinema with my wife. My wife's not exactly a fan of these types of movies to begin with, so it was sitting through it knowing that she'd fucking hating every minute of it. And then it gets to the point where, spoilers, they stop fighting because their mummies have the same name, and it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's like, what 5-year-old fucking wrote that?
I'm pretty sure, when they created kind of like Batman back in the day and Superman back in the day, the mother's names, they thought to themselves, fucking, see in the future, if they ever make a film, right, this is what we got to do, boys, all right? If they're ever getting down and dirty, fucking Martha, it's their safe word. Fuck. I mean, it's probably a coincidence, sir. I don't know. You think there was maybe Martha, there was like I don't know, certain names they had to pay a license fee for, and like maybe Martha was maybe the cheapest gens. So fuck it, everybody in the DC universe, his mother's called Martha.
It's one of those, be honest, if you're punching fuck at someone and they say the name of your mum, I ain't going to really stop you punching fuck out of them. In the moment, that's all you're thinking about.
What do you say my ma's name for, by the way, big man? Hang on a minute. Something you want to tell me? I don't know.
It was a unique spin on someone saying your mob at the start of a fight or during a fight. It's a unique spin on it. That's obviously the American version. Over here, it's like, it's give your ma her pants back or whatever kind of crap that you used to say when you were like 11.
I never said that. When I was 11, I was still eating mud when I was 11.
Yeah, you grew up quick where I come from.
I would say, hear no evil, say no evil, and speak no evil. Jeez, man.
Oh, got an actual question come through.
Of what? Who's?
Oh, God. It's one of my Twitter followers, so here we go. It's fuck, marry, kill Theresa May, Donald Trump, and Putin. Oh, Jesus.
You use can go first because that's me, mate.
I'd say you would kill Theresa May and it's a toss-up between the other two, but that just sounds wrong.
At least Mr. Vladimir, you know, you're kind of halfway there with his name, you know, if you're assuming a position. You know what I mean? Hey, Putin. That's bad. Stop it. That's you just. I think Theresa May sometimes, to be perfectly honest with you, right? She's a complete useless fucking politician, right? But sometimes she gets it tight unnecessarily. Because I mean, when she was going on about the wheat fields and stuff like that, you know, what's the most naughty thing or whatever you done? Oh gosh, oh, maybe we were running through wheat fields with our children. I was like, fuck me. I mean, that's the kind of childhood I want for my kids. You know what I mean? I'd love them to have that kind of innocent childhood where, you know, listen, if it comes to running through wheat fields or growing up in a neighbourhood fucking surrounded by junkies and drug dealers and, you know, folk that are next door neighbours like effing and C'ing and being, well, that's probably like my house, probably the language, but I mean, apart from that aspect, I'd take that any day. You know what I mean? I grew up sort of in Dumfries, which is practically the countryside. It was like town, but 5 minutes countryside. We were getting chased by. Admittedly, we weren't running through the wheat fields. We were probably jumping off his haystacks and doing stuff. And old Dicks in the farm used to come belting up the field in his mini, bloody shotgun. Can I mean? Gosh, can you? It's Dixon! You jumping off the thing away, running like hell. Whoomp over the fence or the woof away. Up the water, about the fun you had. So I mean, that, you know, stuff like that. You know, you think to yourself, but you know, when you find somebody that completely fucking, sorry, just in my humble opinion, this is only my opinion. It's not expressing the views of anybody else or anything. But you know, it must be the fucking guys in the grey suits must be having a field. That's my big man at work the weekend. He comes on about the guys in the grey suits, and he's right. You know, they must be having a field day with her. You know what I mean? Getting her to can change your opinion every left, right, and centre. There's no money tree, blah blah blah. Oh, but here's your £1.5 billion. Fuck's sake, man. You know, I don't. Jesus Christ, I'd hate to think. You know what I mean? Actually, you see the Queen's speech, you know, well, I says to the Queen, I says to her, right, firstly I says to her, so, how exactly did you kill Diana? And then I says to her, this Queen's speech, what's the point of it? What's the point? I can't. I did away. So, Theresa May, you know, she'd maybe gain her sympathy. Trump, actually, there's some things a little bit Putin actually I quite like, to be honest with you. He's quite a strong man. You know what I mean? He's kind of, did they take any fucking shit? Now, I reckon maybe some of his videos are probably dressed up a wee bit for theatrics, but there was this one time, there was a video, and there was all these millionaires or whatever sitting about a table, and he's like, it's translated at the bottom. I can't speak a fucking word of Russian anyway, so I just have to take it in. You know, vodka. Well, fucking my Russian's limited to red heat, and that's about it. You know. I thought it was a tourist video, by the way, red heat. Anyway, so he's going to them. What's he saying to them? He says something like, "So I show up here, and here you're scuttling about like a bunch of cockroaches and stuff like that." And it's something to do with like, you know, we need. He says he had this sheet of paper, and I'm pretty sure if anybody's watching, like I say, if anybody's right, there's a bit of paperwork. He says, "Has everybody signed this?" And he says to the end of the guys who's a millionaire or whatever, he says, "I can't see your signature on this piece of paper." So he gets up. I'm sure he got up himself and he walked over and he gives him the pen to sign it. Because he's talking, he's like, we got to get these factories back open. He says, this is thousands of people's jobs here. This is their livelihoods. So from that point of view, you can't fault the guy. Yeah? And the same with Bobag, you know, like Mr. Tango Man, you know, Trump. Yeah, you know, there's so many things he says. I'm just like, fucking, I'm like, did that come out his mouth? And sometimes you wonder, is that how he said it? Or is that how the media said it? Or, you know, and then sometimes, I'm just going to make it by the way. I don't support Trump. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate, right? So you can take whatever I'm saying, you know, make whatever you want it, but it's no, I'm not saying on it in support. I'm just, you know, try to see it from another side. This thing we're leaving the Paris climate thing, and they were talking about how some of the industry has been moved to China and how they're like having to bring down carbon emissions doesn't kick into 2030. You know, like, fucking that's ages away, man. So 2030, you know, if he leaves that, brings industry back here, he can control the carbon emissions here, but he can also make sure that the money that gets raised for the industry goes to the American people. And he can keep an eye on it. You know what I mean? So like bring it back for China, sort of thing. I mean, I can't really say. I don't know too much. I take an interest in it, but I don't know a hell of a lot about global economics and stuff. But I can, from that point of view, can kind of see it. And you've seen videos of, you know, like some of these steelworks and that in China, and they've not got protective suits and all that. They're just a pair of shorts, pair of shoes, and that. And you know, the thing will be into the big massive fire thing, and then they've got a big massive barrel of water, and they're throwing the water over the top or so to keep the body temperature down and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's not the case right across the board, and that might be dated. Maybe it's different now. But there's all different things and different stuff in politics sometimes, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to kind of shoot in the air and hope you can. Whatever it lands is the best, because, you know, who do you believe, who do you not believe in? You know, and you can stay true to yourself, then I think maybe that's when you're into a winner. Getting off heaven serious. So, right. Aye, May should probably get you into sympathy. What was it again? What was that again? Fuck.
Marry, kill.
Fuck, marry, kill. Fuck, marry, kill. I'd probably kill Trump, right? Because then his missus would be a widow and then she'd be back on the market, right? Right, so I'm thinking, up this for thinking, she'd be back on the market, right? Put in, I'd marry him, powerful motherfucker, you know what I mean? So I'd huff him at my back. So that'd be a marriage of convenience. So there you go. Marry Putin, marriage of convenience, got him behind my back. Kill Trump, that frees up his missus. Not as good as a wink to a blind man. And May, maybe a wee sympathy. That's about the best you get out of me.
Greg?
Well, I don't think I'm going to top that. So, fuck, marry, kill. I'm tempted to say kill Putin, you know, because, you know, you want to neutralise your biggest threat. And, you know, this is a guy that goes out and hunts his own dinner. You know, if you can point me to another world leader since Teddy Roosevelt that did that for fun and profit, I'd be very, very glad. Flavor country. Marry. I'm going to say marry Trump because, you know, that's going to make, well, you know, he'd like that. Yeah, and I've really, it's Hobson's choice, isn't it? Because by the process of elimination, Theresa May's Theresa May, and I guess I'm the DUP, if I understood the question properly.
The DUP's just fucked Theresa May. Oh, well done.
That's about as political as she's ever got.
And she's collectively fucked a lot of us in one full swoop. Never mind David does Dallas. Fucking hell.
Putin seems like he would be fun to hang out with as long as you didn't get offered a cup of tea. And Donald Trump seems like he'd be fun to hang out with as long as you're white and rich. Because if you're anything else, you're fucked, basically.
Donald Trump's not even white.
Yeah, he's tangerine.
Aye. Fucking he's that orange. He should be in the DUP. He's probably more orange than half the DUP. He'll be fucking organising marches through the middle of fucking America.
He's so orange, he should be supporting Rangers. I don't even give a fuck. If the folk are watching that are Rangers supporters, I don't like Celtic either, so it's fine.
My brother
it's not
loves...
bigoted.
No, it's not. No, man. Fucking... It's Scotland after all. I mean, yeah. It's water for dogs. But listen, trust me. Never mind, doing this year if you can't take it. I have to take it most of the time because my chat's crap when it comes to stuff like that. Genuinely. I get off my oldest, Jim.
Yeah, well, being an Airdrie supporter, you're kind of the butt of quite a few jokes. Especially when you've got a 10,000 all-seater stadium and you get 800 people to a game.
You had a good crowd at the weekend for Elton John.
Yep, it's the first time it's been full in a while.
Was Elton John playing there, Dre?
Aye.
Fair play. What fucking possessed not to play in there, Dre?
The Stone Roses were on at Hampden. It's a shame because I think that would have been a hell of a double bill.
I thought that'd be bloody. Aye, right enough. Crocodile Rock followed by I Want to Be Adored. Adored.
Yeah.
Fucking unknown. I mean, that song, I Want to Be Adored, used to work in the co-op in Dumfries, like a part-time, my first ever part-time job, which I got sacked for before we work at William. It was really a stupid thing to do. I'll tell you about it in a minute. But they used to play music with shelves, and they had that I Want to Be Adored by like the Stone Roses playing it. And I swear for the best part of 6 months, I thought they were singing about I Want to Be a Gnome. I was like, I just couldn't understand the lyrics. I want to be a gnome. So what are they singing about? I don't know. And then the door, and suddenly it's all clicked. It's like Peter Kay's got nothing on me but that, by the way, with the funny lyrics. And that's for getting sacked. Well, we were changing this. We were getting rid of you in time. And I'm just standing my back against the wall. And I've swung my heel against the wall. And there was plasterboard. It must have been about that thick. My heels went right through the plasterboard. And I was like, oh, shit. So I went downstairs, no told anybody. And the foreman's come downstairs and went, who's kicked a hole in the effing wall? I was like, oh boy. I ended up basically, I offered to pay for it, but they didn't bother. They just let us go. So I was like, oh, okay. And lucky William was 2 weeks after, so probably a mixed blessing because you learn from your mistakes. I don't know. Oh. Craig, you look like somebody that's been sacked for jobs.
Let's see. What's a good one? So I was a temp. I was in a PR firm. and it was a short-term assignment. And I was in there for, well, let's see, 2 hours. I was asked to get the coffee. I picked my head round. Here, can you have a look at this coffee machine? Right, you see, I put the granules in there, but nothing's happening. It's just coming out hot water. Nice. This was around about 2006, but it's what in today's parlance you would call an espresso machine. It just sort of like Kevin from Harry Enfield, just that sort of deflation, and then he's like, you know what, this isn't going to work out, and that was us. But the good news from my point of view was I got my 2 hours, and that meant that because I'd been working for this agency for a while, I'd made my half day off, so I got paid for the 2 hours there, and I took the rest of the days a half day, so I still got paid. Just didn't have any work for the rest of the week.
Got yourself a holiday.
Aye. Actually, Drew, after getting to know Greg for a while, I'm actually inclined to think he maybe have done that on purpose. A fucking evil mastermind. There's a good film one at the cinema.
No, I've worked with PR agencies. They're not the sort of people you want on the wrong side. My good friends at Level 5, Jim Taylor, Stephen Kerr, you do magnificent work. Keep it up. They'll testify.
Question time. This one's quite funny. Who's the biggest arsehole you've ever met at a convention? Who wants to go first on that one?
Okay. I'll take this one. On part of a certain Marvel feature. I wouldn't say a star. He gets credited at the beginning, put it that way. Who he may or may not be related to the director of said feature, or may not have done TV work. But this guy, let's see, when he was complaining that the bottled water was at room temperature.
Ooh.
Nothing at the table could do about that. Well, no, I didn't bring my cooler with me, so when someone goes by, we'll see if we can put it in the bin. That about takes the cake for me.
Yeah. See, if you ask anybody else that question, they'd probably say me.
No.
Fucking biggest arsehole. I can't even to answer that without alienating anybody, to be honest, to give you an honest answer. I'll tell you, recently the nice way. I'm going to speak about this in the arena about why. And I've got to be honest with you, the nicest guy I've recently met, I mean, like recently, like imminently, like just be not that long ago, would probably be Ian Beattie, you know, for Game of Thrones, because you know what I mean. What a lovely bloke, you know. This guy is so appreciative of his fans. Within the first 5 minutes of meeting him, my first conversation, somebody come over, asked for a certain favour, and he's like that. Oh, for fuck's sake, man! He says, "You wouldn't have ken you were born," and he's just kind of having a laugh with him. And I thought, "You'll do me, big man." I'm not going to say word for word what was. We having a chat with him, and obviously with his talk. You know, well, it's streamed live, so I mean everybody got to see it. You can actually see yourself firsthand. You didn't have to just take your word for it. You know, just how this is how the guy is generally in real life. So a lovely, lovely guy. In contrast, just recently had a different experience with another person who will go unnamed. I won't call them out because it could have been having a bad day. It could have been anything. But I was sitting at the bar at the end of the night in the guest hotel, and I'm talking to one chap here who from America who deals with like some artists and stuff and that. And he comes over, Mike Offwhite. He used to be like an ex-policeman, and he was injured in the line of duty. So we're chatting away. I asked him, says, what can happen? And so I'm asking him. I want to hear what happened to him and everything. So he's telling me about, you know, what happened and everything along those lines and how, you know, injured his neck and everything like that. And I was like, oh, bloody hell, man. And so lo and behold, all we heard was, but what about me? He says, what do we do? And I'm like, that. What? Okay, this is coming from somebody else over in the far corner who incidentally was somebody who I won't say who it was. But what do we do? And I've looked over, pissed as a fart. Put it in a conversation. And Mike might have been a wee bit, I wouldn't say he was being loud, but it was maybe, you know, it wasn't whispering either, you know. And it was almost like, you know, mate, you know, there's no need for that, you know what I mean? Okay, just mind your bloody business and his manners. So that really kind of got me back up a wee bit, you know. So I wouldn't say he was the biggest arsehole, but he certainly didn't do himself any favours. That was maybe, so we all have good days, bad days, up days, down days. But, you know, the demon drink, like, can sometimes, you know, it's maybe a good idea up here at a time, and maybe be funny, but the time it comes out your mouth, you know, it's probably a low-store sense of humour and everything. And we were kind of like, oh, needless to say, we kind of up and left quite quickly because we're just kind of like, yeah, I'll see them on later. So that's probably answer that question without naming anybody, because let's say, I wouldn't say in terms of naming anybody, because we all, like I say, we all have good days, we all have bad days, and it's really no my place to be judge, jury, and executioner when it comes to somebody else's life as such. What I can say is, for your personal experiences, you can say, well, I'll happily deal with them again. Them, maybe not so much, because, you know, it's flying a bit close to the wind, and that's about the best you can do. You know, you can, and if anybody else, like my friends, like in different countries and that run their own shows and conventions, if I ever recommend anybody, they'll go, well, why don't you have such and such a guest? Because I tell you what, he was doing his panel, right? And he had them all in fits of laughter and everything. And, you know, I popped in by time to time just to go past his table. And I tell you what, the queues were whatever. And, you know, he was so appreciative and he took the time and everything. So, I'd recommend him. And if they say to you, well, what about such and such? You're going, well, you know, it's up to you. I can't really say yes or no. And you might sort of, you know, highlight a couple of things just to say, like, we might want to keep an eye, but we never ever. It's like getting a CV. I would rather push the good people, and when it comes to people that have maybe not been overly armoured with, maybe going, well, it could be anything, you know, it could be anything, but you know, it's like the old saying, and even come from my point of view. From my point of view, imagine it's very similar from my point of view for the guests. You know what I mean? The guests who came to me, like, from my first year at Portobello, where it was like flipping lukewarm water and that. You know what I mean? So like, I'm trying to think who was there the first year. Like Angus McInnes was there the first year at Portobello, right? So he's come along, and the attendance was, well, it was pretty piss poor, to be perfectly honest with you. But he came back the second year. And we put in a good performance for him. We got a good footfall, got through the door and everything along those lines. So for somebody like that to take a leap of faith for you, to come along to your first show, and then to come back you know, when you've really got the ball rolling, a bit of momentum underneath you, and that's really appreciated. And like, for the bottom of my heart, I was really appreciated, and that speaks a lot about a person. And I can tell you, for sitting having a meal, like the guest meal and that, and chatting to Angus, what a gem of bloke, like what a proper gent of bloke. So that's so rather than say who's the biggest arse, who's the biggest fan, I would probably I'd rather push the positive people and just go on, well, such and such, well, maybe they're not for me for whatever reason, just because, you know, it could, like you say, because it could be anything. You know, you can only ever, when you have an experience with somebody, you can only ever judge it on that experience. You know, I mean, you can try and be more clever than what you are. Anyway, but rather than rambling on, I hope that kind of answers the question in a funny roundabout way.
Yeah, I don't really have a big list of people. Not done that many conventions, so I'll put it into context for me. So podcast episodes, Duck Benedict was an absolute arsehole. So fuck you, Duck Benedict. U-Ball is an absolute arsehole. So fuck you, U-Ball. And anytime you want to fight, I will actually fight you. Because he offered to fight me. And that, for comic book conventions, that laptop guy's a bit of a cunt.
Oh, aye, yes. I think I ken you're talking about. Aye. I've had experiences. I'm not going to say too much. You know, that person you're talking about after my first convention. I mean, the attendance was piss poor, so nobody was lying. By the way, it's not like anyone was lying, but no, the show wasn't even finished by three minutes. Literally, if you go into Facebook, the timestamp was like 3 minutes after the door shut, and it's slagging us off on Facebook, and I'm like, right, okay, fair enough. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. You know, as last I checked, it was a free country and freedom of speech and that. But I thought to myself, you know, I've been in a similar position when the shoes have been on my feet, and I've been at, you know, your event, you know, but I didn't really make too much a big thing about it. So that's one of those things. To go and then come back to me later on and ask me if I want to exhibit at United's events and pay him money. I'm like, I'd rather know. And fair enough, like I said, I mean, fair enough, when somebody went on, it's not like he was lying. I mean, he might have been telling the truth, can't I mean? Had a shit show. You know what I mean? But it was like kind of like, fucking, you know, 3 minutes after the event. And it's almost like it was premeditated, like fucking planned it. That's what it felt like at the time. Anyway.
It's not like you ran a show in the same town, in the same venue as him.
What's that?
It's the opposite side. You ran a show on the opposite side of the fucking country from where he runs his. So it's not like it's the same venue and he has a fucking grip over that venue. It's just a total wanker move.
Maybe his motives were different. You know, it's hard to, I can only judge by the words that were written on the paper. You know what I mean? The motives behind it would be speculation. Although speculation seemed to be a general consensus among everybody that read it. You know, that didn't jump in the bandwagon and agree. I mean, people were right, though, and people were. They weren't wrong. Listen, the first show that we done, it was dead. You know, so the people that came back to us for the second show to exhibit were brilliant. You know what I mean? So if I was going to have loyalty to anybody, they would get my loyalty. The ends that said "fuck you, you're useless, you can't run a show" or whatever like that, and anything along those lines. You know, there's one or two of them. Perfectly entitled to their opinion. You know what I mean? But for them to come back later on and ask for a table, they probably wouldn't get as much consideration as what the people who came back to straight back. Try to be politically correct about that, and you know, misconstrue. Anybody ever wanted to talk to me? I'm very open. You know what I mean? I'm plastered. You know, very, on social media, plastered here, and I kind of go to all the meets and I go to places, and when I'm at the shows, like I walk on the tables and speak to everybody. So it's not like I go away and hide in an office. So anybody ever wants to say anything, they can come, ask and speak to me. Plain as day. Plain English. Black and white sort of thing. But I wouldn't get too hung up on a lot of things, and new. Once bitten, twice shy. You know what I mean? So I would never really, how's the old saying go? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. So I would never do business with that particular said person ever again. You know what I mean? And I did. I was very supportive of a lot of things, not just taking tables, but also like taking adverts out in certain things and sponsoring some of the awards at the ceremonies and stuff, which, I suppose that sounds a bit better than what it was, because at the time it wasn't a hell of a lot of money, but still it was money that could have been better spent on somebody else. I could have took my kids out. Anyhow, I'm not going to give you too much. By the way, right? Dick.
I'm an arsehole, what can I say? Next question. What is on your pull list? I don't even know what's on my pull list. Does anyone?
Oh, fucking loads on my pull list, but Greg?
Well, when I was on holiday, I was reading a series by Isaac Asimov called Foundation. Now, 1965 not on a lot of people's cool list, but terrific series of books. This is my second time reading through them, and understand that HBO have picked it up, and apparently Tom Hanks is involved in some way. So I suppose it's like, dare I say it, Game of Thrones or Sex in the City. You might not have heard of it now, but 2 or 3 years time, when HBO do the program, it might be a different story then. But fantastic books. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend them.
Did you say cool list or pool list?
Pool.
Oh yeah, pool.
Either goes.
Oh, either goes.
I think I've actually got some of mine sitting round about here. This is just stuff I ain't bagged and boarded yet. So, like, I was reading that, if you can see it. That
Big Chum of Little China. Aye, Escape from New York.
I was reading that. Like, that's about the only Marvel book I pick up. That's just finished, I think. So I was reading that.
Oh, aye.
I think I'm about 3 issues behind on that, and I was doing them.
Aye.
I picked this up when I was in Italy. If I can get that to not have a fucking shine on it.
Morgan Lost.
Yeah, it's in Italian, which is helpful for me, not being able to fucking read Italian, but it's pretty cool.
Nice, yeah.
Why the fuck would you buy a comic written in Italian if you can't read Italian?
It looked cool. I like to try and think of myself as cultured, but really it looked cool, and it's got pretty pictures inside.
No, fair play. I suppose.
What about you?
In terms of pull list, I'm reading absolutely anything. I tend to read anything I can get my hands on. Obviously, with loads of books coming in, and things melting up for all the time. At the moment, I've been reading the Wildstorm. One else is rebooting the Wildstorm, because it wasn't that long ago. A Stormwatch, there we go. Aye, lovely jubbly. Because, it wasn't that long ago I just started reading Authority. You know what I mean? So I was like, everybody kept on going on about it, and it was one of those books. It was like it was something I says, I'll get around to it. So I got the collected trade. Got the book 1. I've not got book 2. I think book 2, where it starts off, is when Mark Miller came on. Is that right?
Warren Ellis for the first 12 issues, Mark Miller, various artists for the second volume. There is a gap for on the original run. It was issues 19 and 21 to 27.
Right.
It's very, very messy, but there is 12 Mark Miller issues in there somewhere.
Okay, I mean, there's authority, so I mean that's where I've been enjoying, like Wildstorm. It's like, how can you say it? Because it's rebooting, you're seeing characters who I have had previous experience with, characters who I just got experience with from starting to read Authority. You know, ones that I keep on getting mixed up, like the Engineer. I keep on thinking that is Danger for the X-Men, and I'm like, shut up, James. No, but it's just because of the, you know, the element. You know, the similar in character nature. So Wildstorm, X-Men Gold and Blue, because I'm a big X-Men fan. There's that flipping much going on with X-Men all the time, so it's kind of try to stay on top of it. It's like all new X-Men, extraordinary X-Men, uncanny X-Men, and that's all changed now. Now it's like X-Men Blue, X-Men Gold. Just been solicited, was it last month, issue 1, the new Astonishing X-Men volume. Right. So I'm in for that. There's the new Generation X stuff, who's like the how could I say it? It's like the X-Men who are only very good looking. You know, some of the ones that are kind of like, the X-Men like with the club feet and the kind of straight hair and the couple of teeth and all that. Sorry, Greg.
Grant Morrison's X-Men. New X-Men by Grant Morrison.
Why?
You remember how you had like the teachers? It was Jean Grey and Wolverine and Cyclops and the rest of it, and you had Zorn taking. I can't remember the language that they used. It was on like special focus class, but it was like Beak and the guy with the two heads, and just they were mutants, so Professor X had to take them in, but they just weren't very good. That sort of notion.
That was what was it? Just you go. Who was it again? Sorry.
Omega. Was that his name? Kid Omega. He was the Edge one.
Kid Omega's cool he's really cool. But with the people, he's like, I used to love it because I remember I met was it Jason Aaron was writing Wolverine and X-Men, and I've went up to him and I've got him to sign some of the stuff, and I said, listen, I'm really enjoying your Wolverine versus X-Men, especially Kid Omega, because he relates to. I love him. He's like, power the people. He's like, come the revolution. Like, come to the revolution. I gotta do this. And by the way, big man, Wolverine, you're getting it first. And you're kind of like, what? And he's just kind of looking at me. This kind of blank look. Was it? Yeah. Was it Thought Bubble? Must have been. I don't know, 2013 maybe, something like that. He's just kind of. He was sitting in. Was it the Royal Armouries Hall? Maybe the big hall. And he's came for the back of the table, kind of just looking up with this blank look. And then the guys translated it to him. Okay, I was like, he's like a superpowered Citizen Smith. You know, it's like, what are you talking about? I was just talking shit at him, but what a great time to have people like Jason Aaron and all that kind of writing comic stuff. Just mental, man. Brilliant. Especially writing superhero comics and all. So there's that. X-Files, obviously reading X-Files, reading Blue Beetle, reading Batman, been reading catching up on a lot of the Green Lanterns, with Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz. So I've been reading that because that was pretty cool having the two of them, the sort of like the two of them bouncing off each other. I've not really read a lot of Flash in the past, but recently I read like the shitload, like for issue 1 up to about the early 20s, just so I could read it in with Batman, so I could get a proper appreciation of the button sort of thing. So I knew what was going on there. Which is funny, actually, because I've got a pile of detective comics there and some Batman stuff to catch up on as well. But getting double shipped. It's like they're piling up really quickly. What other books? If anything, you can put it out. I was starting to read it before it became on air. It was like a special Lobo versus the Roadrunner. It's funny as fuck. It's really funny. What else? It's just, I know it's mental. What else in terms of indie stuff? I've just started actually for last year. It was one of the nominations for, if I'm talking about, was Southern Bastards, because it was one of the books that was put forward for the Ancestry Awards, and I was like, shit, I better get into reading that, bigger than you reading it. So I picked up the first trade. We got a consignment of them in, and I have to say, I read it. It was so engaging. I read it from cover to cover without putting it down, and I was like, "This is pure brilliant." So, needless to say, Volume 2 and Volume 3, Lord, I put in for them. What else? Anything, man. I mean, it'd probably be easier for somebody to say something, man. If I've not read it, I've probably flicked through it at some point. I started reading Grant Morrison's 18 Days, you know, sort of superpowered Indian type thing. When I mean India, I don't mean Native American, I mean Indian, you know. And that was actually really good. But for some reason, it was really good, but I just seem to kind of, I don't have enough time to really, you know, commit myself to this when there's other books there I want to read. I find it's really, in terms of my monthlies, my floppies and pull lists, it's usually like my X titles, my Batman, my Blue Beetle and stuff like that. Lucifer, which I've got to catch up on. I'm quite a good few issues behind there, but I've got to catch up on that. So these sort of things, and I try and catch up on the rest of them via trades or stuff, or even then sometimes like the Comixology's got sales on, sometimes even hammer that, because you know, I've got the tablet with me 24 hours a day. People always tell me, you know, try to phone in your mobile phone, but you had it turned off. I'm like, I'm the world's worst for that, pal. Says, but I've got my tablet with me 24/7. Just ping me. Just ping me and you'll get me straight away. And you need it. If it's important, just ping me. All right. Because I've got the tablet with 24/7. So the amount of time, you've got a whole library of comic books there. I always wondered when like digital comics first came out to begin with, I thought to myself, how's this going to affect people reading comics? And it's never affected me at all in any form or manner whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing that's affected me buying comic books is flipping the price of them. Bearing in mind when we started reading comic books back in the day, and I'm not just talking about the Britishans, but we used to go into the shops, and I think Comag were the distributors at the time before like Diamond started getting the comic shops. You're talking about like 60 pence for like a comic book or something like that. So you could, a few quid, if you're, it all depends at the time how much Pokemon you go at, because I was kind of young at the time. But you know you're talking what, a couple of quid a book, you know, like 2-3 quid a book. And you know, if you have a young kid, you know, no every parents got kind of, they kind of just throw money at their kids to buy comic books as much as they'd like. So that's why, for children's point of view, it's tough to say things like Marvel Unlimited, you know, the digital subscription service.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's fantastic. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. 30 quid, 40 quid a year. And you get access to all these comics, like boom, straight off. And then from my point of view, it's brilliant as well, because there's shitloads of stuff. Because you can't possibly have read everything, but you'll find yourself with time to kill from time to time. And you can just go into kind of like Marvel Unlimited, and just go pop something up, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you can, bit of time's passed, and then you've fired through whatever, and you can. It's a bit different now because ScotWrail have got free Wi-Fi on the trains going from Glasgow to Edinburgh and that, so I can do it a lot easier. But before, I used to download like about 6 titles.
Yeah.
So you could download the 6 titles, store them on your tablet for reading, for going through whatever. But now you can just bloody boom boom fire through them all. But that's maybe the digital subscription thing's maybe good for kids to get exposure to some of the classics at an affordable price, you know, and it's maybe good as well for people like myself. Like, say, for like the youngest gen, he's taken a real penchant for comic books and for like superhero stuff, and you're saying to him, well, if you want to read that, pal, that comic's staying inside its mailer bag but it's bored and you're not getting your hands on it. However, there's the tablet, away and read it. So it's kind of safe, you know. And then when it gets older, maybe you can take it out and have a look at it and that. But some of these, you know, obviously, you know, it's weird. Comics are for reading, man. I mean, but at the same time, though, you know what I mean? And you think to yourself, okay, that book could be okay, worth a penny or two. I didn't want it to get ripped because, you know.
Yeah.
It's just me.
It's like, see, anyone that likes comic books should check out terraformer.net, where we have the School of the Damned getting serialised.
Good man.
Fucking cheap plug.
Why no?
Yeah, fuck it. Oh, question. Oh, this one's actually quite stupid. Who could you punch fuck out of this list? Hulk Hogan, Steven Seagal, Angela Merkel. Who wants to go first?
What era of Hulk Hogan are we talking about?
Oh,
let's go modern day.
Is it a golf involved? Or, you know, is it going to be the, you know, WCW situation where people take the title and then Vince Russo comes out and screams his head off? More detail before I hopefully answer that.
Okay. James?
Fucking, let me think about it. Right. Who was it said? Who would I like to, or who could I, or what?
Who could you?
Who could I? Ah, right, no. Aye, right, fair play. I reckon I could probably take Merkel, you know. Fucking hell, man, picking on the woman, eh? Hulk Hogan. Aye, you'd fucking, I'd probably have, you know, it depends if Mean Gene came as out to back him up, you know what I mean? Ooh, and Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, cup of coffee. But fucking Steven Seagal. Oh, fucking, I like Steven Seagal. I've always had a soft spot for Seagal. To be honest with you, a lot of his stuff, for a lot of different things. For my first exposure to some of his movies like Hard to Kill and Nico and Marked for Death, Out for Justice and all that sort of stuff. And then he does other things like the Glimmer Man and like Fire Down Below. Actually, I actually really like that film. And some of his fucking shite, utter piss drivel, straight to video digital crap, which I think it was a result of his relationship with Naso going tits up, because Naso was fucking in bed with fucking the Gotti family or something like that, and they're trying to muscle in and extortion and stuff, and Seagal's basically turned around and went, fuck you.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Also, he had a lot of legal fees to pay for when he slapped his missus about, allegedly.
Seagal
say
did.
allegedly, yeah.
I see. There's the thing. Did he? Because we're talking about who Kelly Brock.
Mm-hmm.
So what? At what point in the relationship did he slap her about?
I believe it's supposed to be just before the split, but
Well,
I've never seen any pictures of her, you know, black and blue, or you know, I mean, it's not like it's not as clear cut maybe as like I don't know, Johnny Depp allegedly situation where there's actually photographic evidence, but you never know.
Fucking, I mean, God, I didn't really ken. It's hard to. What's to say that, you know, with Seagal's run-ins with other people, that somebody's no fucking paid her. I'm not saying that's happened, by the way, because I don't know. And anybody that lays a fucking hand on a woman in a gratuitous manner, or just because you're pissed off at them, is an arsehole. You know what I mean? If one of them attacks you, fucking, you know, it's a different kettle of fish, by the way, because they can hurt you just as much as anybody that's under the illusion that a woman can't hurt you is a stupid, naive person, to be perfectly honest with you, and they should wake up, smell the coffee. It says, because a woman can hurt you just as much as anybody else. You know, and one of my good friends lost his eye to a lassie, you know what I mean, with a stiletto heel. So,
Fun and games up until that point.
Oh, what? Aye, you forgot his safe word there. Stiletto straight there. Ah! Magpie! Oh, that's it! It's too late there. No, but seriously, so between Seagal and Kelly Brock, then you know, but you know, it's hard to really kind of hard to really. It'd be purely speculation on my point, and anything I could say to it would be completely academic. And I think sometimes we like to point the finger at people and going, "Fucking look at you," and I could only make my judgment on people by, well, I could only base my opinion on people by what I know of them. You know, so the way Seagal's portrayed, you know, and like some of the ways he's like, there's some of a lot of his films, can you help write them? So this had to come from a certain place, you know what I mean? And I could say he's a Buddhist, you know what I mean, or you know, the thing about the peace and whatever. But then again, you know, fucking. It's like a fucking, I don't know. It's like the Catholic Church fucking printing a touch and feel book in it. You know what I mean? That's, by the way, that's bang on the by the way, because my nana was a good practicing. Stop it! I've just lost a lot.
I could beat the fuck out Hulk Hogan because he's old as fuck. Angela Merkel's short as fuck, so it'd be like fighting a dwarf, so it's not really much competition. Just have to put your hand in her head while you're punching her. She can't reach you. That's an image, isn't it? Steven Seagal's fake as fuck, so I could beat him up. Yeah, Aikido's bullshit.
He's done a lot more than just Aikido, like it, but...
Yeah, he's ate some burgers, you know.
He's what?
He's ate some burgers, you know.
Aye.
He played a guy in Ferry about 10 years ago, I'll have you know.
What's that?
He played a guy in Glasgow on the Renfrew Ferry. Yeah.
Oh, playing
rock and roll
stuff. Aye, he's good. I don't think Seagal's totally fake. You know, I can't really. You know, then again.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ. Which one of the proclaimers is the sexy proclaimer? What the fuck are these questions like? I don't even know what their actual names are. I just know the band's called the Proclaimers.
Is it? I think their names are Craig and Charlie.
Okay.
There was one of them that had a 6-month-long affair with one of the groupies. I can't remember the story, but they were playing a small town. They were booked into the same hotel on the account of it being the only hotel in town, and matters took their own course. But given that story was in the paper about him and not the other one, I'm going to have to say him based on his track record.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's their surname? Is the surname Proclaimers? Because it's fucking, that's really... No. Like, that's like a movie, that, isn't it? Like, Thomas, I mean, imagine, like, registry at school. What was their first names again?
Craig and Charlie.
Craig and Charlie.
Yeah.
Craig Proclaimer. Yeah, miss. Charlie Proclaimer. Yeah, miss. That's kind of... It does actually it rolls off the tongue wee bit easier than what I thought. I thought it was only something there.
My able assistants just supply me with it. Does anyone want to guess?
Smith.
Not quite.
Brown. I don't know why.
Nope.
No, come on. Just put me out of my miserable life. Come on.
Name a furniture shop. I'll give you a clue. It's not SCS.
It's not SCS. DFS.
Oh, sorry. It's Reed.
Reed.
Yeah.
I suppose it'd be more likely to be Reed than MFI. MFI about a business, didn't I?
Yeah.
IKEA. A good Scottish name, that. IKEA. No, sorry, I know Reed. Okay. Craig Reed.
Yep.
This is probably why no one knows their names. Because it's such regular names.
Well, I didn't think they felt the need to change their name because of show business. Eh?
Well, the Ramones did. But, Craig Kramer doesn't have the same appeal as Johnny Ramone or Joey Ramone, to be fair.
So what was everyone's first surname? What was the real surname?
They all had different surnames. And you know what? I can't for the life of me remember any of them offhand.
Hang on a minute. Are you going to tell me that the Ramones weren't related?
I'm afraid they weren't, no.
All these years, all these years. Fucking fly, Oh, fly.
But it would have been amazing if they were, and after, let's see which one left. Tommy Ramone definitely left for a while. So it would have been amazing if they managed to get like a brother who was also a drummer to stand in. Oh, no, I've been supplied with their names here. Right, so Joey Ramone's real name was Jeffrey Hyman.
Oh, aye, right, okay.
Johnny Ramone, his real name is Jonathan Cummings.
Cummings and Hyman. Oh, this is comedy gold.
Okay.
For those of
I don't know if you've seen a Saturday Night Live sketch that Peter Dinklage did with Gwen Stefani.
Is that the end where he's dressed up in the space suit and he's... No.
Yes, it is. Space Pants.
Space Pants.
Yeah. And his character name in that is Jonathan Cummings. And Pants. Dee Ramone's original name was Douglas Colvin. And Tommy was Thomas Erdelia. There we go.
Right. I thought we were going to be on your a winning streak there.
Yeah. So, oh Jesus Christ! I'll skip that one. Skip that one.
Hi, pop fans. Hi, pop fans.
What comic book related movies are you looking forward to in the next year or two?
All right.
Who wants to go first?
After seeing Wonder Woman, I've got renewed hope for Justice League.
Fair play.
When I saw Dawn of Justice, I just had no hope for it. Understand that Zack Snyder is not going to be part of Justice League film now. So, whatever else happens, I'm holding out a wee bit more hope for it than I did had he still been attached. So Justice League has to be a big one. Other than that, probably Thor, Ragnarok.
Oh, aye. And Avengers movie, the next Avengers movie, obviously, because part will be filmed in Edinburgh, so that's quite be nice to have a wee watch of. And also, there's actually, I don't even know if it's out yet or it should be imminently. It's not a cinema release, but they're doing web movies, web TV show type thing for the Valiant properties. And what's his face? Jason, what's his thing? Will be that Power Ranger bloke. What's his name again?
Jason David Frank.
Jason David Frank. I think he's going to be Bloodsport in it. So there's a Bloodsport, Bloodshot, Blood Valiant as Bloodshot. Was a Bloodsport? Fucking shut up. So he's got to be. I didn't really rate Jason David Frank that much. As I don't really know him for anything else I put for the Power Rangers, and the Power Rangers to me was. I never really could get into the Power Rangers why people had such a massive following, because it was the same formulaic episode. Everything was Power Rangers, fight bad guy, beat bad guy goes big, Power Rangers get into the bother suits and they become Mechazoid or whatever the hell it is, bang bang, bish bosh, they win. It just seemed to me that every episode was the same as the end before. I just couldn't, from my point of view, it didn't do it for me. It's not to say, that the guy's not going to, embody the Valiant stuff. So maybe I'll put a good turn in for that. But I want to see how it turns out.
See the ponytail guy?
Who's that? Steven Seagal?
No, the guy you're talking about. Was he like the green one or the white one or whatever?
He was definitely Green Ranger for a while.
Right.
I know that.
Did he have a ponytail?
No, I think he had the spiky hair.
Right. I don't know the names of any of them. I know one of the people that was in the Power Rangers went on to become a mixed martial artist.
I know that Jason David Frank did do some mixed martial arts.
Give it 5 minutes. Drew's got to tell us. Well, I'd kick his cunt in, and I'd kick, and she'd get her, no, and see that. And you see that pink in, by the way. What was she? Was she? Yeah, sorry, I'm like,
because I remember when that wrestler CM Punk was going to do UFC, that was one of the people that was mentioned to fight him.
All right.
Jason David Frank was got to fight CM Punk. Okay.
To be fair, I'm thinking a wet paper bag would still have knocked him the fuck out.
Which one?
CM Punk.
Right, okay.
My fucking dog could have beat him up, and it's a cockapoo.
A cockapoo? Is that a mixed breed, that?
Aye, Cocker Spaniel and Poodle. So, not exactly butch.
That'd have been some right nasty shit. They two getting doing that. You could just fucking see it. Lit candles and Barry White records, man. A fucking cocker spaniel and a poodle.
Look into that back.
Oh. They fucking used to be poodles. There used to be. We used to stay back in Bitman Avenue in Dumfries. There used to be the old neighbour across the road. She had these two poodles and fucking used to walk past together and they used to come running out. And they're like that. You look at them like that, they were like flipping wee white curly vermin, man, with their eyes underneath, they were like all black and everything. I thought, I'd hate to see that thing with rabies, man. Can't imagine it's foaming at the mouth. You would, I'm not being funny, but this wee thing, you would, I don't know about you, but I would probably cack it. You can see it coming running at you, but like, bolt. The same bolt.
Is that the one comic related thing you were looking forward to?
What, the comic book thing about? So no, well, I said probably. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Valiant thing looks like, to see what it's like. You know, just because of sheer interest, because it's another publisher who's getting their stuff out there. Because the amount of good licensed stuff there is to get out into publication or get into just to get on screen. And doesn't it? I mean, I'd like to see a lot more of the. Mostly we've had like Preacher done, we've had Outcast done. I'd like to see some more like like the non-super. I want to keep seeing the superhero stuff getting done and getting done well, but I want to see a lot of the other properties getting done and getting put out there and done properly. You know what I mean? After reading Southern Bastards, that would make. I'd be probably. I want to see that. I want to see that up there. Other things. I'm just trying to think. Some Bitch Planet would probably make quite a good sci-fi show or something like that. Quite a bit, just a bit different. So much, just so much. But I'm definitely want to see Avengers.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Avengers. Try not to get remotely excited about the new Spider-Man because there's been so many of them, and for me, they've all been shit. I've not liked any of the Spider-Man movies yet. But I get excited before them, then I go and see them, then I bitch about them, and then the next one comes out and I get excited about it and go and see it. So I'm trying not to and just go with the flow on this one.
See, I really want to see. I really want to see Fantastic Four going back to Marvel, and I want to see Marvel running with the king, grabbing the ball and running with it, and doing a proper Fantastic Four movie. This talk about them rebooting the Fantastic Four film again and doing something younger. I mean, I've seen the headline. I didn't even bother clicking on it because anything getting produced on the screen for Fantastic Four that's no go influence or anything ties to Marvel, I'm just not interested in it. I don't care. You know, I really have not got. I just didn't care. And yes, I'd probably like to see Fantastic Four back in comics and stuff. But to be perfectly honest with you, I fully appreciate where they're coming from. It's maybe it's I wouldn't even say. I don't even. It's a spiteful thing or anything. Some people say, "Oh," but I'm kind of like, fucking. Why should they? If they didn't have to, why should they? I suppose.
It cheapens the brand, so it makes it more affordable for them when they buy it back.
Maybe. I mean, there was the rumour in the past that because they let Fox make the XMen TV shows, that they've got to get Fantastic Four rights back for the screen. And at the time, on the face of it, that seemed to make sense to a man of limited capacity like myself. So I was like, meh. But hey, what can you do? I just know I've never seen this I've never seen that reboot, that last Fantastic Four film. No interest in it, and I'm not even. I'm not even get a pay it. I'll never, ever, ever pay it. You know, I'd rather watch the Roger Corman thing.
Yeah, it's 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. I saw it in the pictures.
I saw it on a flight, and after they go to, is it the negative zone? I'm not sure. Let's call it the negative zone. After they, I just thought, they've also got Guy Ritchie's Man from U.N.C.L.E. Let's just, cut our losses and stick that on.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the Man from U.N.C.L.E. So, aye.
I was surprised by it because I went in with zero expectations. But I just thought it looks like 2 things. Guy Ritchie's practical interview for a James Bond film, and a 95-minute long beer or aftershave advert, whatever, with the lovely set and the cool cars and all the rest of it. There's worse ways to pass your time.
Yeah, for the Fantastic Four film, I just thought the whole time was, why is the Thing played by fucking Billy Elliot?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, the guy is the Thing now? Would they get so angry because people picked on him doing Bali?
Oh, wait, pigeonhole the guy, yeah? Fuck.
Fuck else has he been in?
Actually, a good point. I can't imagine him being in anything. I mean, probably because of people with attitudes like yours, Mr. Carson.
I can think of one other thing I saw him in, and it was the King Kong, Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Right.
He was in it. He was shit in it too. So I'm presuming, as I've now seen him in 3 films, and he's been equally shit in them. Well, Billy Elliot, he was a kid, so you can't really judge kid acting. So King Kong, Fantastic Four, he's been equally shit in. So
which King Kong? What film was that? Which one?
The one with Jack Black.
What one's that?
That came out 2005.
Yeah.
Right. No, right. Okay. No, the thing that was just released. No, we've got that Kong thing. No. That wasn't bad.
I haven't seen it, sorry.
It's not bad. Well, it's nae bad. Can't even. No.
Peter Jackson one shit.
When's Peter Jackson again? That's the 2005 one. You're just talking about.
Yeah, it's shit.
Which is actually quite surprising because Peter Jackson's a fantastic director. You know, I mean, yeah. I think he's a really talented guy. Obviously, done the Lord of the Rings stuff and that, and he probably wouldn't have to make a film again. Which are well departed for his Brain Dead and the other stuff he made, like back in the early days.
Yeah.
Divic's still run.
It really stunk of a film that had been taken away from a director and the studio was doing the edit on it. That's what it felt like to me when you watch it, which is weird because after having that success, usually the studio doesn't fuck you over that big, but you never know. I guess every filmmaker has to make a shit one at some point.
Oh well, let's not kid ourselves. You know what I mean? Even your best comedians, man. You know what I mean? For all the good jokes they put, they must have to write a fucking shitload of shite jokes as well and test it, and they'll just scrap the crap stuff. You know what I mean? Until they find the stuff that hits the. I mean, there was it to say about the story for, you've got to write. Was it like a million shit stories just to get?
Yeah.
But to get the crap stories out your system before something like that. So I suppose even once to get into a good, a good run of things, they'll still, probably slip up from time to time. Everybody must. And then you'll get the same way actors as well, I suppose. They'll make the good films and they'll do some shitty films, and you'll probably have the guys that are they're quite happy to take chances on some of the films as well, just because they can.
Like Anthony Hopkins in the latest Transformers.
Aye, it's Anthony Hopkins, the latest Transformers. I was just mad at.
I just, I can't wait for Disney Lucasfilm to send him the cease and desist for the C-3PO butler that he's got. Like, that was just bizarre.
Eh? Is that in Transformers?
Yeah. Google him. The character's name is Cogman. He is basically C-3PO.
Right.
He can run a bit faster, but apart from that, it's a pretty shameless rip-off.
What's the other film that Anthony Hopkins is in? And was he in a Mission Impossible film or something like that, where he was the guy inside the cell and had to rescue him, and it turns out that he was. Fuck, what film was that again?
If it was the Lambs, he didn't exactly rescue him from the cell.
No, it wasn't Silence of the Lambs. It was he was like this. He'd been stuck in the bit for. Was it Red? Was he in Red too? No,
I've not seen it. Sorry.
No, it wasn't Red 2, was it?
Could have been. That could have been Red 2, yeah.
Was it? I can't even mind, man. Oh, Anthony Hopkins.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I kind of avoid Bruce Willis movies because they've been shit for about 15 years.
What was the last good film that Bruce Willis made? In your opinion?
Don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head that's more recent than like Die Hard 3.
What do you say, Greg?
Love for Sin City, the first one. Artigan.
Was that before or after that hostage movie?
Die Hard, I think it was sometime afterward.
No, he means the film Hostage. I actually know the guy that wrote that film.
Okay.
Doug Richardson.
I liked that. It was a good film. I enjoyed it.
That one's a good film, yeah. It was a nice twist on that type of story as well, the way they ended it.
So I liked that film. Was it 13 Blocks? Something like that. He's a washed-up copper. And
with Tash.
Aye, that was pretty good, stuff like that. I've never really seen much other stuff.
I was in, was it HMV or was it when I was in Asda? I think it was when I was in Asda. I saw a Bruce Willis movie on the shelf and it had Zach from Saved by the fucking Bell in it, with him getting top billing.
Zach, wait, was Zach again? Wait, was Zach again? Was that the blonde gin for Saved by the Bell?
Aye, the blonde guy. It's like, that guy's had no career for 20 years and he's getting top billing over Bruce Willis now.
At least there wasn't a screecher. The last video Screech was on, I think, was probably a closed circuit television thing for him committing some heinous crime. He's on his down and or whatever. Was it American's Dumbest Criminals or something?
Or his supposed celebrity sex tape, but he wasn't that famous at the time, so it's just the whole movie, really. That got a bit dark at the last couple of minutes, didn't it?
You've just killed my train of thought, man. God, Screech. Divvy me.
Let's see, is there any more questions? Those aren't remotely ones I would say out loud. So, James, you do a podcast. You want to pimp that out?
Well, the podcast we do is called Hero Talk, and it's really it's a complimentary thing. We do it every Wednesday. We record every Wednesday night. Try and get it up online almost immediately. Sometimes I end up sitting on it depending on what's happened. It's really the three of us, myself, Doug and Ian. We just basically shoot the breeze, talking about everything, all geeky stuff, comic books, movies, and what have you. And if you've been like to Edinburgh Comic Con, you'll probably notice that some of the panels have been like Hero Talk in conversation with. So initially, I think it was like last year, I sat in a couple of them, and this year I just let Doug take the reins at. I had other things to do at the time, and also 9 times out of 10 the guests couldn't understand a bloody word I was saying. So I was like, I tell you what, you just do it. I think Siri would probably have a better chance of understanding me. As soon as I come out with one of those Star Trek Universal translators, I'll go back in the panel. I'll translate for me to the Queen's English. So Hero Talks out recording on Wednesday. We put it up online. You can get it on iTunes, Hero Talk Rebirth. You can get it on Podbean, which is herotalkrebirth.podbean.com. You can check out the social media side of things on facebook.com/Hero Talk Rebirth, on Twitter at Hero Talk Rebirth. So it's one of these. We've got a fairly reasonable present. The app, which has just been getting launched for Edinburgh Comic Con, where people can, we've got the main website, but we thought to ourselves, to have a mobile site, we'll have an app, and the app just seemed to be so much more versatile because the amount of things you can do with them. So we'll have all the things that will be relevant to the con, and then we'll have like a part of it we can actually get all the podcasts, the Hero Talk podcasts, and we're looking to put like some IPTV stuff up on it. So there'll be like sort of like the online TV stuff that we'll do, and that'll all be like accessible via the app, which will be on like Google Play, and they'll be live on iTunes like any day now.
Yeah.
There's just been the initial, with this Google Play, it was live in tours. iTunes takes something like 2 weeks or something like that to make it go live, which is just one of those things. Just the way it goes. Been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of different guests on it. The initial incarnation of it was just basically Hero Talk, and it run for a good few years. We had quite a good few guests on it. People like, for the world of comic books, we had Nombre Fogel on it. We had Ivan Brandon on it. We had like some really good comic creators. We had people like the director of photography, for certain things, for like Judge Minty, a couple of things lined up. But then we changed basically presenters a wee bit. Mark Guy, he was one of the presenters. He had a stroke, unfortunately. He had to spend time recovering, and his work as well. So he took a step back just before his stroke, but he never came back after it because he works in like tax and that, so it was like pretty stressful, especially with his commuting. So it didn't help him any. So the three guys we just rebranded it Hero Talk Rebirth because at the time DC done Rebirth, so it was kind of try to be topical and cool, So that's basically the podcast.
And Greg, when are you going to start one?
As soon as I've got enough to say, which at this point in time I really don't.
Doesn't fucking stop me.
Yeah, but you can engage an audience, hold their attention, be funny, when I learn to do all these things, I'll consider it.
Cool. Well, as always, I'm the host of the Terra Firma podcast. It's a horror podcast, and I swear like fuck on it, so if that offends you, don't fucking listen. That's going to be the show this week.
Do that again. Do you use oil of Eula in your hands or something like that? Because they look kind of, that look really high. Oh, maybe it's just lighting.
I've got a light. Showbiz. Got a light and I got a curtain. That's show business for you.
I'll tell you what. Oh, fuck, it's back in focus. I was actually enjoying that blurriness there for a while, you know. After a couple of years of having to look at your mug. Could you know record this and stand behind the curtain?
Not particularly. It's a bit close to the fucking wall.
Ah, right, okay. It's funny because before you came on, because we just, you know, we're talking about your childhood and you used to have the bricked up one day. That's what it was, Aye. Oh.
Anyway, that's the show this week. So I want to thank Greg and James for coming on.
Well, thanks for having us on.
And thank you lot for watching. Tune in next week or don't.
How to make friends and influence people,